Okay, we will call regular council meeting for Tuesday, December 10th, 2024 to order. As we gather, we are reminded that the town of Bonnyville is situated on Treaty 6 land that is steeped in rich Indigenous history and is the traditional homeland and home to First Nation and Métis people today. We respect the histories, languages, and cultures of First Nation, Métis, and all First People of Canada, whose presence continues to enrich our community. Before we even get to the meeting and the agenda, we are going to proceed with the Long Service Awards. I will call administration up to hand them out, please.
Good evening. Proud to be first up here this evening to talk about one of the staff members from Community Services. I'd like to tell you a little bit about Odette Hoffbauer. Joined the team at the Bonnyville swimming pool in 2016 and quickly excelled in her role as an intermediate lifeguard. In June of 2019, she married Derek Gervais, and they're now raising 2 young boys who will undoubtedly swim like fish. Her expertise and leadership skills were instrumental to the team and contributed to her being made head lifeguard in December of 2019. Something that she is very proud of, and we're very proud of her. Odette has become a very strong leader and a passionate advocate for our pool. Her professionalism is always evident, and her instructional skills are top-notch. If you go to talk to her later this evening, if she's still around, you may have to start the conversation. Odette is very shy. We look forward to many years with Odette as part of our team and congratulate her on this milestone of 5 years of service to the town of Bonnyville. Oh yeah, sorry.
All right, so tonight for Public Works, we're going to start with Boyd. Boyd joined the town of Bonnyville in 2019 as a Public Works operator in the roads department. Known for his distinctive accent and ever-present smile, Boyd brings a positive attitude to everyone he meets. Boyd consistently demonstrates dedication and reliability, being always willing to provide coverage at the transfer station whenever needed, ensuring smooth operations without hesitation. Boyd's positive attitude and unwavering commitment are evident as he never complains, regardless of the circumstances. His dependable nature and willingness to step in at a moment's notice make him an invaluable asset to our team. His Newfoundland heritage and cheerful personality make him a delightful addition to any work event, fostering a welcoming and upbeat atmosphere. In addition to his professional skills, Boyd is also a talented darts player, frequently competing and winning in local circles. His enthusiasm and dedication, both on and off the job, make him a valued member of the team. Congratulations, Boyd. Your hard work and commitment are truly appreciated, and we look forward to many more years of success together. Next up, we have Darren Zeppla. So when Darren first joined us, he started as an Operator 1, eager to dive in and prove himself. Right from the start, Darren was always the first to volunteer for extra overtime, always willing to step up and take on additional responsibilities. His commitment was clear. He was someone we could count on. Darren's willingness to help out has never wavered, and even today, he continues to be one of the first to take extra calls when the need arises. Whether it's an unexpected job or an overtime shift, Darren always answers the call. His dedication to the work is something that has made him a key member of this team. Over the years, Darren has continuously worked to improve his skills. He earned his Class 3 driver's license, expanding his ability to take on more tasks. And while Darren has always been open to trying new things, There is one role he's particularly known for, his exceptional skill operating the garbage truck. He has found his niche and he has become a true expert in this area, showing up every day with the same level of commitment and attention to detail. Outside of work, Darren has a passion for life. He sells fresh chicken eggs, which is a testament to his hardworking, hands-on nature. His big garden is another example of his dedication, nurturing growth, and creating something special with his own two hands. It's clear that Darren puts the same care into everything he does, both on and off the job. Darren, you may not always see it, but your hard work, your willingness to help, and your positive attitude have had an immense impact on the town. You've been a steady presence in public works, and we are grateful for everything that you've done over the past decade.
Okay, Lelaine. Lelaine is part of our administration team for the past 10 years. Her dedication and commitment have been instrumental in ensuring that our payroll operations run smoothly. We have come to rely on her precision and support in every aspect of the work that she does. Beyond her professional excellence, Lelaine's kindness and willingness to support colleagues set her apart. Lelaine is always there with a helping hand and a positive attitude, which makes the workplace a better place to be. We've also had the pleasure of enjoying Lelaine's delicious food, which includes spring rolls, and she brings them into the office regularly. Lelaine has become an invaluable part of our team, not only through her work, but through her warmth and thoughtfulness that she brings to every situation. We were especially excited to celebrate with Lelaine when she achieved a major milestone in her personal life as well, becoming a proud Canadian citizen. On behalf of our entire team, we thank you for all of your hard work, dedication, and support. Next up, we have Brad Trimble. Congratulations to Brad on reaching an incredible 10 years of dedicated service. Over the past decade, Brad has demonstrated remarkable growth, leadership, and commitment to our organization. From his early days as Assistant Public Works Director to his current role as General Manager of Operations and Engineering, his journey can be attributed to his hard work, vision, and relentless pursuit of excellence. Brad's leadership has played a pivotal role in shaping our operations, ensuring that everything runs efficiently and effectively. The impact of Brad's strategic thinking, problem solving, and ability to inspire those around him cannot be overstated. He sets an example for all of us, not only in his professional achievements, but in the way he approaches challenges and fosters a collaborative environment. Although I do have to question his choice of hockey teams. We are grateful for your years of hard work, dedication, and positive influence that you have brought to our organization. On behalf of everyone at the town, thank you for your exceptional contribution over the past 10 years. And last but not least, Doreen has reached the incredible milestone of 25 years with our team. Over the years, Doreen has grown from a casual part-time clerk in the bylaw department to her current role as events coordinator and recreation finance clerk for the town. She showcases her exceptional dedication, versatility, and a passion for contributing to our community. Doreen's journey through her various roles has been marked by hard work, growth, and a genuine commitment to making a difference. She's shown time and again that dedication knows no bounds, whether that's contributing to the coordination of major events like Alberta's Centennial Birthday Celebration, Canada Day festivities, or the World Junior Competition, each of which left a lasting impact on our community. We are incredibly grateful for Doreen's years of service, contributions to making our community events unforgettable, and the unwavering professionalism and enthusiasm she brings to everything she does. Doreen's idea of lighting the trees along Jesse Lake is now becoming a reality, and will continue to be an attraction for our community for years to come. Which is the perfect example of how one idea can spark something truly special. Another highlight of Doreen's accomplishments is undoubtedly being a part of the winning team at the Chamber Chili Cook-Off, where her passion and teamwork earned recognition for the best chili. It's just another testament to the spirit she brings to every project, big or small, and the positive energy she shares with those around her. Thank you for your remarkable contributions over the past 25 years, and we look forward to seeing even more milestones in the future.
Good job. Excellent. Thank you to administration for those. And I just want to say to all the staff for the awards that you received this evening, on behalf of myself and council, thank you all for the dedication to the town of Bonnyville and this organization. It's an honor and a privilege this evening to see you receive these service awards, and 5 years, 10 years, 25 years. So thank you for everything that you do. Appreciate it. Okay. I don't know if we'll be here that long. Okay, so we will move on with the meeting. Any additions to the agenda, Renee?
No, nothing from administration.
Okay.
Madam Mayor.
We'll look for a motion then to accept the agenda then as presented. Councillor Johnson.
I'll make the motion to accept the agenda as presented.
Thank you. All in favor? Carried. Next, we have the meeting minutes from November 26, 2024. Any additions, changes to those minutes? Seeing none, we'll look for a motion. Councillor McAvoy.
I will move adoption of the minutes from the council meeting of November 26, 2024.
Thank you. All in favor? Carried. Okay, okay, we've got a delegation this evening, the library budget delegation. Welcome. How are you? I'm well, thank you. So we'll give you the floor to do a presentation and go through the presentation, then after we'll do a question and comments.
Not many
time.
questions.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so the floor is yours.
Thank you. Well, my name is Jill Tercier, for those who don't know, and I am the new manager at the Bonnyville Library. I have been there 1 month. So the information you're about to see was mostly due to my predecessor. Thankfully to her, she did a great job. First, if we go to the next slide, I want to talk about our team. Now, the slide of the minions is because my circulation staff is camera shy, not because they are a bunch of minions, although they are that enthusiastic, I will say that. So we have Linda, who is also our assistant manager, Gervana, Lenore, and Anna. So those are the ones that you'll see at our circulation desk and are the glue that keep everything together out there. Next, we have Kat and Veronique, and actually it should be the other way. In the red is Veronique, and in the black is Kat. They are wonderful programmers who put on all the programs that you see coming out of the library. You'll also see Veronique out on the floor because she does some evenings and weekends for us as well. And then myself. So at the library, of course, we are invested in investing in our future. So not just the young people that you see pictured here, but those of all ages, all abilities, and from all walks of life. This slide is taken straight out of the Northern Lights Library System website, which of course we are a part of. They created this graphic to better explain the role and impact that libraries have on our communities. So in the center, as you see, there's libraries as our community hubs. And if you start with the materials to enjoy, that includes our print and non-print stuff to circulate. Skill and job training resources, whether it's from the stacks or on their computers. Local collections and events, so we showcase our local talent, both in print and through art. Social connections and access. So if you are looking to make social connections, come on in and you might do a puzzle with someone, or meet someone who has similar taste in books as you, or you can join in all the programming that we have. Reading, writing, and understanding. So an example of that would be all the tutors that we see with students in the library, or the newcomers coming into the area wanting to learn about our community or even our language. Health and wellness resources. Now, this doesn't just include our books or our computer usage. We have fitness and leisure equipment to sign out. So if you need to play basketball and you don't have one, we have it. If you need snowshoes, we have that too. Local workshops and programs. This includes our paint nights or our craft sessions, along with all the other programs that Kat and Veronique put on for us. So moving on, there's kind of a collage of some of the things that we offer in the library, just a visual image. You'll notice that a lot of them include our stuffed animal friends. We had a night not too long ago, a weekend, that was sleepover at the library. And they show a lot of the things that we can do without violating FOIP. So as you can see, we have the Pontiacs in. They join us for different events or programming. We have our little stuffed animal friends playing different games that you can actually take out of the library. We have our summer programming. Mr. Koala there, he's using a microscope that you can sign out of the library as well. Some of our other little stuffy friends are watching a movie, so we have movie nights, and you can use our TV for meetings, for Zoom, or during book club, we Zoom in people as well. We bring in authors, storytellers, and puppeteers for puppet shows. And of course, you can snuggle up in a cozy corner and read a book. Lastly, there's some teaching and learning going on, or maybe it's Pictionary, because you can do that at the library as well. So down to our circulation on 2023, I do have some stats to share. Our memberships in 2023 were 1,665 patrons, and 567 of those patrons were new patrons. As far as our circulation, our print materials circulated, there was just under 40,000 circulations for print materials. Our non-print materials, which includes our DVDs, videos, audio, some of our kits, etc., that became the equivalent of 10,764 circulations. So if you break down the non-print circulations, video and DVDs accounted for 9,480. A lot of people think DVDs are going by the wayside, but that's just not true where we are. A lot of our patrons don't have access to streaming or don't want to stream, don't go out to movies, and this way they can enjoy them in their own home. Audio, so CDs, that was 574, and other, which includes our games, puzzles, kits, the athletic equipment, that was the equivalent of 713 circulations. Just one other note about our library usage. Total library usage, including circulation, internet usage, and computer usage in 2023 equaled over 100,000 interactions. So for 2025 plans, of course, we want to continue to provide a safe, inclusive space for everyone by listening to the wants and needs of our community, targeting programming to our wants and needs, collaborating with our community partners such as FCSS and the Hive, promoting literacy for all people of all ages and levels. An example of that is Kat goes every other week to the lodge and extended care with a wagon of books so that they have access to our materials. And the weeks that she's not there, she goes to the Hive to give them access to see what we have to offer as well. Other ways we promote ourselves is by social media and, of course, updating our content displays around the library. So what does this look like in budget terms? Well, overall budget for 2025 has a nominal increase of approximately 1% over the previous year due to account for the increased costs overall. Town of Bonnyville's proposed portion is $143,537.31 out of an overall operating budget of $426,097.85. So with the help of the town of Bonnyville, the MD of Bonnyville, and the province of Alberta, we'll be able to continue to provide excellent service to our community with our invaluable staff and offer the programs that meet the needs of our community. So the last slide is just an excerpt from the book, The Serviceberry by Robin Wall Kimmerer. Libraries are models of gift economies, providing free access not only to books, but also music, tools, seeds, and more. We don't each have to own everything. The books at the library belong to everyone, serving the public with free books and a wider selection than the Corner Post. Take the books, enjoy them, bring them back so someone else can enjoy them, with literary abundance for all. And all you need is a library card, which is a kind of agreement to respect and take care of the common good. I will take questions and then I'll deflect to Neil and Kayla to answer them.
Fair enough. Thank you so much for the presentation. I'll open it up to council. Do you have any questions or comments? Councillor McAvoy.
I do have comments. One, you guys do an amazing service, and I'm already missing the library board. We did a little switch a month ago, so I'm missing it. I will ask you, but it's probably going to be Neil that'll answer it.
Yep.
The per capita number for the budget, was that done, what year was of municipal affairs population was that done on? Our new numbers or our old numbers? Because they were, so they haven't changed, so they're actually old numbers. Okay. Yeah. So that's good for you because we've grown in population, so in the future you will get more money. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Councillor Johnson?
I just want to say thank you for everything that you and your staff do. All the neat programming that you read that pops up on social media and that, from story walks to compost kits and teaching about composting to I think you still have a telescope there.
We do.
And that, so it really exposes the youth to a lot of different things, and it's all free. So just keep up the great work.
Thank you. We'll try.
Yeah, I don't have a question either. I was just going to make a comment to, 500 new memberships says a lot. Says a lot for how important libraries, public libraries are for a community. I don't have much more to say because your quote here says, wraps it up nicely. The only thing I would add to that, it's not just books, it's the free Wi-Fi, it's the programming and the DVDs and et cetera, and et cetera. So thank you so much for your time this evening. It's really nice to meet you and
Thank you.
hopefully to
Nice
see you
to meet
again
too.
soon.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. All right, so next we've got a public hearing, land use amendment bylaw. Do we need a motion to open? As soon as I said it. Okay, we're looking for a motion to open the public hearing. Councillor Johnson.
I'll make the motion to open up the public hearing.
All in favor? Carried.
Pursuant to the Municipal Government Act, RSA 2000 C M26, a public hearing is required to be held for amendments to the bylaw. Amending bylaw number 1579-24 has been advertised in accordance with the legislation, and we have no feedback on this amendment. It's a recommendation that council proceed with the public hearing for bylaw amendment number 1579-24.
Okay, thank you. All right, so I will open the floor. If there's anybody in the audience who wishes to speak for or against this bylaw amendment. Seeing we don't have anybody in the audience, do you want me to call this 3 times or, okay. Anybody in the audience who wish to speak for or against the amendment, the bylaw amendment? For a third time, anyone in the audience who wish to speak for or against the bylaw amendment? Seeing none, I will look for a motion to close the public hearing. Councillor McAvoy.
I will move closure of the public hearing.
All in favor? Carried. Okay, next, the elections bylaw.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. At the November 26th regular council meeting, council provided first reading to bylaw number 1580-24, the elections bylaw. This bylaw has been presented to the Governance and Priorities Committee for review, and recommendations, if any, have been included in this draft. This bylaw was created to ensure the recent amendments to the Local Authorities Election Act were captured. Significant changes include the removal of any reference to the use of automated voting machines, the provision for candidates to provide a criminal record check with their nomination papers, an update to the payment methods accepted to include e-transfer and debit, and the update to voter identification sections as a permanent electors register is required for electors who wish to vote. An elections bylaw must be passed prior to December 31st in the year prior to the general election. Upon bylaw number 1580-24 receiving third reading, bylaw number 1506-20 and bylaw number 1507-21 will be repealed. Administration is recommending that council provide second and third reading to bylaw number 1580-24, the elections bylaw.
Okay, thank you. Any questions or comments on this bylaw to administration? Council McAvoy?
Yes, through to administration, just remind me, the criminal records check, was there a time limit on it for how old it could be?
Yes, 3 months.
3 months, and that's in the bylaw?
It is in the bylaw.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Kushner?
Thanks, Your Worship. Through to administration. The criminals records check, there's a cost for that, I believe, correct?
That is correct.
So is that included in the $1,000 that we can spend before we have to declare?
That would be campaign finance expenses.
That'd be campaign?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, we're looking for second and third reading. Councillor Blanchette?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'll move that council provide second reading to bylaw number 1580-24, elections bylaw.
All in favor? Carried. Now looking for third reading, please. Councillor McAvoy.
I will move third reading of bylaw 1506-20 elections bylaw.
Okay, all in favor?
Wrong number?
What?
Oh, sorry. Excuse me, 1580-24. I read the old one from the last, sorry. So it's 1580-24. I will move third reading.
Okay, all in favor? That's carried and that bylaw is passed. All right, next we've got the residential tax incentive bylaw.
Thank you. At the November 26th regular council meeting, council provided first reading to bylaw number 1582-24, the residential tax incentive bylaw. This bylaw has been presented to the GMP committee for review, and their recommendations, if any, have been included in this draft of the bylaw. The bylaw as drafted includes tax incentives on the municipal portion of property taxes only. Incentives for years 1 to 3 would equate to 100%, year 4, 75%, and year 5, 50%. Incentives would include new and renovated development that increases the assessed value over the base assessment year by $25,000 or more and meets the criteria outlined in the bylaw. This is consistent with the non-residential tax incentive bylaw that was passed in 2023. Our recommendation is that council provide second and third reading to bylaw number 1582-24.
All right, questions on this bylaw? No? All right, motion for second reading, please. Councillor Langridge?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I will move that council provide second reading for bylaw number 1582-24, residential tax incentive bylaw.
All in favor? Carried. And a motion for third reading. Councillor Johnson?
I'll provide third reading for bylaw 1582-24, residential tax incentive bylaw.
Okay, thank you. All in favor? Carried, and that bylaw is passed. Okay, next, bylaw, land use bylaw amendment.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Administration has been reviewing setback requirements for accessory structures under the current land use bylaw 1447-16. To increase yard space, they propose reducing setbacks for garages and carports. After examining other municipalities' regulations and the 2023 National Building Code, Alberta edition, they suggest a minimum setback of 1.5 meters from the property lines for garages and carports, as these may be heated or powered. The setback for storage sheds and other accessory structures will stay at 1 meter. For garages and carport with doors facing the rear lane, the setback will either be 6.1 meters or 1.5 meters to prevent parking congestion in the lane. One of the key issues this will address in some of the areas in town that have smaller lots, this will allow the homeowners to have a detached garage without using up most of their rear yard. There's 3 options for the council this evening. There's option 1 is to approve the second and third readings for amending bylaw 1579-24. Option 2 is to amend bylaw 1579-24 and provide second and third reading. Option 3 is to defeat bylaw 1579-24. Recommendation that council provide second and third reading to the land use amendment bylaw number 1579-24.
Okay, thank you. Any questions, council? Oh, all right, we're looking once again for a second, our motion for second reading, please. Councillor Kushner.
Thank you, Your Worship. I would make a motion that we do second reading on the land use amendment bylaw number 1579-24.
All in favor? That's carried. And a motion for third reading, please. Councillor Blanchett.
I'll move the council provide third reading to land use amendment bylaw 1579-24.
Thank you. All in favor? Carried. All right, next, the 2025 interim of operating budget.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Attached is the proposed 2025 interim operating budget, which includes some of the options that were presented at the budget open house. This draft includes a 2% residential municipal tax dollar increase, a 4% multifamily and non-residential municipal tax dollar increase, a 2% utility and garbage rate increase, and a transfer from the general operating reserve in the amount of $778,075 to balance. Also included in this draft of the budget is a reduction to the requests from community organizations as well as minor amendments from the previous draft. Based on the funding requested for 2025, changes include an elimination of the funding for the barbecue bash. The Chamber of Commerce request for the RCMP musical ride was not approved. Friendship Center Gala has been reduced. The Bonnyville Senior Center operating grant was not approved, but council did suggest the town paying the cost of the insurance at the center as we do for other town-owned buildings, which is about $15,000. The Bonnyville Soccer Association operating grant and the wetland sponsorship has been reduced. The Clayton Bellamy Foundation capital request or the operating grant request has been eliminated. The council did suggest the increase of the gala for $2,500, which is included. Community Futures request for the Smart Start program was reduced. The Hearts for Healthcare capital request has been eliminated, but council has also approved an increase in sponsorship for the gala. Stepping Stone Society capital grant request and gala request has been removed. And then there's other items included in the interim capital budget includes an increase in property tax bad debts to reflect the tax increase in provincial grant in lieu, which was funded at 50% only. The deferral of the seniors transportation grant program as other options are being reviewed. A decrease in salaries and water costs due to the deferral of the Highway 28 tree project and the deferral of the development technician position. Including the above changes, the 2025 interim operating budget as presented is a balanced budget. Administration is recommending that council approve the balanced 2025 interim operating budget as presented.
All right, thank you. Council, do we have any questions or comments on this budget? No? I guess my only comment is I think we did a lot of hard work over the last month, so thank you to administration and council. We had a lot of great discussions, and I'm really happy with this budget going forward. Councillor Langridge?
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and I would echo your comments. I believe it was a great last few weeks working on this, and some tough decisions, but also some great ones to see. I know it was a big focus. The couple of the projects that aren't listed in here, but improving community safety was a big focus of this council's, and so I just wanted to highlight that, and as well as a few of the big projects coming on to, revitalize and beautify our communities. So some exciting projects for 2025. But again, just wanted to echo your comments.
we're looking for a motion to approve the budget. Councillor McAvoy, the operating budget, sorry.
I will echo Councillor Langridge's comments and also just add to them that there's a fair amount of investment in the next little while going into economic development and everything else that we've worked hard to get to. So with that, I will move second reading of the 2025 operating budget. Did I get that right? No.
No, I'm like, second reading? What is it? Just move it,
move
just
it?
approve it.
Okay, we don't need three readings, sorry. Okay, then I will move approval of the 2025 interim operating budget as presented.
Do I need to
Thank you.
sit back there?
I need you back over here, Phil.
All right, motion on the floor to approve the budget as presented. Thank you. The operating budget, all in favor? Carried. All right, next, the interim capital budget.
Thank you. Attached is the proposed 2025 interim capital budget, which has been revised after the budget open house. Administration recently reviewed the capital projects and reprioritized non-critical capital projects to include the proposed aquatics facility construction from 2025 to 2028. Grant revenue in the amount of $25,300,319 allocated over the same time frame has also been included in anticipation that the application that was submitted for the aquatics facility will be successful. A revenue line has also been added in the amount of $14,150,159 over the 4-year period for fundraising activities, cost-sharing options, and other grant streams to aid in funding this project. Administration is also anticipating $1,581,024 in provincial grant funding, which is an increase of $144,971 over 2024, and $5,542,672 from the ID 349 funding. Local improvement tax revenue in the amount of $84,000 is included, accounting for any potential lane paving projects. Reserve transfers for equipment replacement total $736,963, and a reserve transfer in the amount of $847,304 has been included to balance the capital budget. The changes that have been made to the 2025 interim capital budget since the budget open house include the elimination of the long-term facilities master plan, allocation of branding implementation over 2 years, deferral of the traffic lights installation, deferring the storm trunk upgrades, deferring the trees along Highway 28, elimination of the capital infrastructure rehab, deferral of 52nd Avenue rehab project, deferring the 50th Avenue intersection upgrades, deferring the 46th Street left-hand turn markings, deferring the 50th Avenue functional planning study, deferral of the Southeast Sanitary Force Main inspection, deferral of the sanitary sewer service installation, reducing the costs for the FCSS building, deferring the solar lights and lighting along the Gurneyville Road, deferral of the paving of the soccer field, and the library expansion deferral. In addition, any projects not completed in 2024 will be carried over to the 2025 budget year or deferred until future years. As these projects were fully funded, there will be no financial impact to the overall budget. At this time, there remains a few projects where costs are unknown and the final expenditure amounts may have a bearing on the final capital budget for 2025. Recommendations from administration will be included with the final capital budget for these projects. Administration is recommending that Council approve the 2025 interim capital budget as presented.
Okay, thank you. Any questions on the capital budget? Councillor Kushner.
Thank you, Your Worship. Not so much a question. I would just like to thank administration for what they've done with this. I mean, the things that have been deferred that we can do so we can try and get a pool and get some of the stuff that we want to get done. Great work, everybody, on that, so that we can do the things that we need to do, and we're not harming anything doing that. So I appreciate that very much. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Councillor Johnson?
Yeah, I'd just like to echo the comments of Councillor Kushner here and thank administration for some of these things that we were looking at doing, trees along Highway 28. You know, until Highway 28 project is done by the province, there's no sense putting trees until we know exactly what they're going to do for widening intersections out there. Same with, I want to acknowledge the intersection by the RCMP station there. It is a busy intersection. That's one we have talked about putting light control at. But if we have to do a trunk force main, I think that's what it's called, Brad. I probably am screwing that up. I'm not an engineer, so, but we have to do some major work at that intersection with the drainage. And so to put lights in now, to have rip them out to do that work doesn't make sense. So thanks for being very strategic and laying things out in a nice orderly fashion for us, saving us money in the long run.
Well said, thank you. All right, we're still looking for a motion to accept the capital budget, please, as presented. Councillor Johnson.
Yeah, with that, I will make the recommendation that council approve the 2025 interim capital budget as presented.
Okay, all in favor? That's carried. Okay, next, operating and capital plan.
Thank you. Section 283.1 of the MGA requires municipalities to prepare written financial operating and capital plans. Both the financial operating and capital plans are updated annually to reflect council's priorities. The operating financial plan and capital plan were prepared based on the 2025 interim operating and capital budgets using templates provided by Alberta Municipal Affairs. Administration is recommending that council approve the 2025 to 2028 operating financial plan and the 2025 to 2029 capital plan with the inclusion of any changes made to the interim budget for 2025.
All right, thank you. Any questions for administration? All right, motion to approve then as presented. Councillor Kushner.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I would make a motion that council approve the 2025 to 2028 operating financial plan and the 2025 to 2029 capital plan with the inclusion of any changes made to the interim budget for 2025.
Okay, thank you. All in favor? That's carried. Next, the 2025 general election.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Council is required to make decisions regarding returning officers, special ballots, institutional votes, and elector assistance at-home votes for the 2025 general election. The last general election in Bonnyville was held October 2021. The election ran smoothly, no major problems were reported. Our recommendations are that council appoint myself as the returning officer and Brad Trimble, General Manager of Engineering and Operations, as the substitute returning officer for the town. That council direct the returning officer to conduct institutional votes in the Bonnie Lodge, the hospital, and at Extendicare. That council continue the election procedures as in past years without a special ballot, and that council direct the returning officer to conduct an elector assistance at-home vote.
Thank you. Any questions? Renee, under the recommendations, is this all under, you want all this under one motion? I'm just looking at the recommendations. I didn't notice that before. Do we need separate motions for each one? We need 4 motions. Okay.
That would be 3 motions because the special ballots, you don't need a motion, and we'll just continue as we did in the past.
Okay, so we need a motion under recommendations for 1, 2, and 4. Okay, council, we got that? Councillor Blanchett?
I'll move the first one, that council appoint Renee Stoyles, Acting Chief Administrative Officer, as returning officer, and Brad Trimble, General Manager of Engineering and Operations, as the substitute returning officer for the town of Bonnyville.
Thank you. All in favor? Carried. And a motion for number 2, directing.
I will move, Madam Mayor, that council direct the returning officer to conduct institutional votes in the Bonnie Lodge, the hospital, Bonnyville Healthcare Center, and at Extendicare Hospital.
Thank you. All in favor? Carried. And a motion to direct the returning officer to conduct an elector assistance at-home vote. Councillor Johnson.
I'll make that motion that council direct the returning officer to conduct an elector assistance at-home vote.
Thank you. All in favor? Carried. Next, the appointment of the, now I can't talk. Appointment to the library board, MD member.
Thank you. During the Town of Bonnyville's organizational meeting on October 22nd, Council passed a motion to appoint an MD of Bonnyville council member to the Bonnyville Municipal Library Board. However, as the MD held their organizational meeting on the same day, the name of their representative was not available at the time. Since then, Ken Allen with the Public Library Services Branch has confirmed that a separate motion is required to formally appoint MD Councillor Mike Kriviak to the Bonnyville Municipal Library Board. This will ensure compliance with procedural requirements and update the town's records accordingly. So our recommendation is that council appoint Mike Kriviak to the Bonnyville Municipal Library Board for a one-year term expiring October 31st, 2025.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? No, we're looking for a motion, please. Councillor Langridge.
I'll give you that motion, Madam Mayor, to appoint Mike Kriviak to the Bonnyville Municipal Library Board for a one-year term expiring October 31st, 2025.
Thank you. All in favor? Carried. Okay, next, we've got a funding request from the Bonnyville Karate Club.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Attached is a funding request from Sylvia Slowski from the Bonnyville Karate Do Club, requesting funding in the amount of $918.75 to cover the costs of the rental at the C2 for their fall karate tournament. This event was held at the C2 on November 23rd, and they had 137 competitors in attendance from various towns, including Calgary and Saskatoon. The next karate tournament will be held in Bonnyville in 2033. No previous donations to this club. Oh, there has been no previous donations to this club, as this is a new club. And in accordance with this policy, number 22-FN-083, this club would normally qualify as a local community group, eligible for up to $250, with an option to participate in our spring cleanup to raise additional funds. As such, the preferred strategy is that council approve a donation to 263-5573 Alberta Limited, also known as the Bonnyville Karate Do Club, in the amount of $250 to assist with their rental costs. Administration is recommending that council approve a donation in the amount of $250 to 263-5573 Alberta Limited, also known as Bonnyville Karate Do.
Okay, thank you. Any questions on this funding request? Councillor Blanchette?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Through to administration, when I look at the sponsorships and donations policy, this is the existing one, not the one that comes into effect in 2025. It indicates that the organization should be a not-for-profit organization or a registered society. It appears that this one is a for-profit organization. And would we typically grant sponsorships or donations to events that have already taken place?
Yeah, we have in the past, the policy does state that they should be not-for-profit, but we have also in the past donated to for-profit organizations if they bring an economic benefit to the community, which is why this one was brought forward due to the 137 competitors that were brought to town.
Excellent, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Great question. Councillor Kushner.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Further to Councillor Blanchette's talk, so they missed the date. Now I'm looking next year in 2025 with the new policy that we have in place. What is that? Are they going to be out of luck at that point, or can we still do what we did this year?
If they would have submitted it prior to, administration would be able to approve under the new policies. Anything after will still be brought to council because it's after the event. But other than that, yeah, if it would have been before, it would have been approved by administration.
Okay, so it's sort of like what we do with some of the things, vote by proxy type thing, and we bring it up and go for that. Okay, yep. Thank you.
Any other questions for administration? Okay, we're looking for a decision then on this recommendation. Councillor Kushner?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I would make a motion that council approve donation in the amount of $250 to 263-5573 Alberta Limited, also known as Bonnyville Karate Do.
Thank you. All in favor? Carried. Next, Schedule A, yearly revisions for the Records and Information Management Policy.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Policy 23AD086, the Records and Information Management Policy Schedule A, lists the changes that are to be presented and approved by Council annually. Those changes are listed for you, and administration recommends that council approve the changes that were made in 2024 to Policy 23AD086, Schedule A, Records and Information Management Policy.
Okay. Any questions for administration? All right, we're looking for a motion then to approve the changes, please. Councillor McAvoy.
I will move that council approve the changes made in the 2024 in 2024 to Policy 23AD086, Schedule A, Records and Information Management Policy.
Thank you. All in favor? Carried. Next, we've got a letter of support from the Northeast Municorps.
Thank you. Northeast Municorps is submitting an application to the Alberta Community Partnership Grant Program to fund the design plans for 9 staging areas along Alberta's Iron Horse Trail. This project aims to enhance trail access, usability, and visitor experiences by developing comprehensive and consistent staging area designs. The Iron Horse Trail is a vital regional asset that contributes to tourism, recreation, and economic growth in the Northeast. Developing staging area design plans will ensure the trail continues to be an accessible and attractive destination for locals and visitors. Northeast Municorps has requested a letter of support from the town to be included with their ACP grant application. Our recommendation is that council approve a letter of support for Northeast Municorps Limited's Alberta Community Partnership Grant application for the Alberta Iron Horse Trail Staging Area Design Plans project.
Thank you. Any questions on the request? All right, we're looking for a motion then, please. A decision. Councillor Johnson.
All right, I'll make the motion that council approve a letter of support for the Northeast Municorps Limited Alberta Community Partnership Grant application for the Alberta Iron Horse Trail Staging Area Design Plan project.
Thank you. All in favor? Carried. All right, next we're looking for a motion to ratify the letter of support for the Alberta Bilingual Municipalities Association grant application.
Thank you. On December 3rd, administration provided a letter of support to the Alberta Bilingual Municipalities Association for their application to the Northern and Regional Economic Development Grant. This project aims to enhance regional economic growth by hiring a project manager to develop a strategic plan for ABMA and promote regional collaboration through workshops and conferences. The focus will be on economic capacity building and workforce attraction in partnership with RIFA. Due to the application deadline, administration, with the consent of council, prepared and sent a letter of support on December 3rd. Our recommendation is that council ratify the letter of support that was issued to the Alberta Bilingual Municipalities Association for their NRED grant application.
Thank you. Any questions? Looking for a motion then to ratify our motion. Councillor Blanchette.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I will move that council ratify the letter of support issued to the Alberta Bilingual Municipalities Association for their NRED grant application on December 3rd, 2024.
Thank you. All in favor? Thank you all. Okay, next, purchase pickup truck replacement. Switching gear here.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. So in July, a Public Works pickup truck was involved in an accident and was deemed a write-off. Approval is required for administration to replace this truck as it was not originally included in the capital budget. If required, tender submissions are available for council's review. Prices were received and are listed for council. The preferred strategy is to award to the lowest bidder, but a few alternatives council could consider include declining to replace the existing truck, awarding to a different dealership, or retendering this replacement in 2025 with different specifications to lower the capital cost. But the recommendation is that council direct administration to award the purchase of a 3/4 ton pickup truck to Tertiary Motors for $62,894.60.
All right. Councillor McAvoy.
I will move that administration award the contract for the purchase of a 3/4 ton pickup truck to Tertiary Motors for $62,894.60.
Okay, thank you. All in favor? Carried. Next, another ratification of a letter of support that we provided to the Chamber of Commerce.
The Chamber is applying for funding through the NRED grant program as well. The Chamber intends to use the grant to increase security patrols and provide subsidies for security systems to local businesses. This initiative is aimed at addressing the ongoing challenges posed by crime in the region, which have impacted local businesses. Enhanced security measures will not only reduce crime, but also foster a safer environment for businesses to operate and thrive. The Chamber has requested a letter of support from the town to strengthen their application and demonstrate regional collaboration. Due to the application deadline, administration, with the consent of council, prepared and sent a letter of support on November 26th. Administration is recommending that council ratify the letter of support given to the Chamber for their NRED grant application.
Okay, thank you. Questions? Okay, we're just looking for a motion then to ratify our decision. Councillor Johnson?
I'll make the motion that we ratify the letter of support given to the Bonnyville and District Chamber of Commerce for their application for the NRED grant program.
Thank you. All in favor? Carried. Next, funding request for the Bonnyville Pottery Club.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Attached is a funding request from Lynn Bowler from the Bonnyville Pottery Club, requesting a donation in the amount of $3,800 to assist with the costs to replace the current sink with a special sink and taps, which include a clay trap to help decrease the amount of clay which goes into the sewer system. Currently, the club members are disposing of the clay water on the street side as the current sink is non-repairable. The total cost of the project is $4,800, with the Pottery Club contributing $1,000. The town of Bonnyville has not provided a donation to the Pottery Club in the past. Administration is recommending that council approve a donation in the amount of $1,000 to the Bonnyville Pottery Club to assist with the costs to purchase the special sink and taps.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for administration? Oh, Councillor Langridge?
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and through to administration. What's the proper way of disposing of clay? Like, are we supposed to be throwing that down the drain right now? I was a little confused when I saw that. I don't know if that was, I know it wasn't the intention of the request, but is there bylaws against us throwing clay down the sewer? Thank you.
Piqued my interest too, yeah.
The proper way would be to purchase a special sink and
Okay, thank you. That was my question. Yes, thank you, Brad.
Good answer. Nice, all right. So we're looking for a decision. Councillor Blanchette?
I have one further question.
Okay, yes.
Just as I wrap my head around these new grant streams. So this one falls under the ad hoc grant stream. So the request is for $3,800. Can you just remind me how you get to $1,000 from that for your recommendation?
Our recommendation of $1,000 is based on what administration's approval would be under this policy, which is $1,000. This particular grant stream in the 2025 interim budget does have about an extra $7,000 for such requests. We're not expecting to get too many ad hoc requests because most of them fall under the other grant streams, but this was the first one that we got, and yeah, for next year.
Of course, the first one that we get falls under the one that you don't think you're going to get any for. Yes. Okay. If there's no further questions, I will move the staff recommendation that council approve a donation in the amount of $1,000 to the Bonnyville Pottery Club to assist with the cost to purchase a special sink and taps.
Thank you. All in favor? Carried. All right, moving right along. Committee reports. We'll start with Councillor McAvoy. Let's start with you.
Will I start? I'm so used to you starting on the other side. You caught me off guard. That's why Phil moved. He knew it was coming. Okay, right quick. November 28th, I attended the Alberta Muni's Outstanding Resolution online session. On the 29th, I attended the SPCA fundraiser gala with other members of council and my wife. The 30th, I participated in the Christmas parade, had a lovely walk from one end of town to the other, and stayed warm this year. Riding on the float last year was pretty cold. December 3rd, I attended the budget open house, and December 4th, participated in the budget workshop. On the 6th of December, I attended the Fort Kent Ardmore Fire Department Christmas party and award ceremonies. And on the 7th, I attended the Iron River Fire Department's Christmas party and award ceremonies. Done.
Okay, November 27th, in my capacity as the FCSS AA president, I had the opportunity to meet with the Honorable Jason Nixon, Minister of Seniors, Community and Social Services. The primary focus of that meeting was to renew the relationship between the association and the province. He assured me that despite the provincial budget challenges, funding to the FCSS program would not be cut this year. And then we had some further discussion about the sustainability of the current funding model and potential support for rural communities in the province. So it was a really productive meeting, and I hope that the continued conversations with his ministry is equally as positive. November 28th, I had a few FCSS AA related meetings, as well as the AB Munis webinar on the 2024 resolutions. November 29th, I also attended the fundraising event for the SPCA. November 30th, I had the absolute pleasure of co-hosting a live stream of the parade with Bill downtown. It was chilly, but it was really fun. We had some technology hiccups, but I hope this is something that we continue to do in future years because it was really, really fun, and I've heard nothing but good comments on that. December 1st, popped into Festival of Trees with some of you and had a little visit with Santa. December 3rd, library board meeting, immediately followed by the budget open house. December 4th, the budget workshop with council and administration. And then on December 6th, I had my first AB Muni Safe and Healthy Communities Committee meeting. And that's all for me.
Excellent, thank you. For myself, November 28th, I had an executive meeting with, ABA meeting with my executive. On November 30th, I attended the Santa Claus Parade. December 3rd, we had the budget presentation, and then December 4th, we had the budget workshop. I also snuck out for a few minutes. I did a video Christmas greeting to Four Wing on behalf of the town mayor and council. And then on December 7th, I attended the opening ceremonies for the Battle of the Bands, which is a very large Bonnyville or volleyball tournament hosted by the school in Kihiwin. It brought over 40 volleyball teams, and from what I understand, they all stayed here in the town of Bonnyville, so it was a huge economic boost to the town.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. November 27th, we were here wishing Bill a happy retirement, so that was very nice. I really enjoyed that. 28th, the Alberta Munis Outstanding Resolutions here in council chambers again. The 30th, the Santa Claus Parade. It always gets me in the Christmas spirit because you say Merry Christmas 100 times, and it's fantastic. And you see the kids' faces is awesome. December 2nd, Community Policing Meeting. December 3rd, Budget Open House. December 4th, the Budget Workshop. December 6th, the Fort Kent and Ardmore Christmas Party for the BRFA. December 7th, the Battle of the Bands volleyball tournament. Over 40 teams they brought in. And the school, I'm going to try and say this name. The school in Kihiwin is Kinohashik Kiskino Hamato Kamek. That did not too bad. So that was, I wanted to say that. And then I would like to just a thank you to, first of all, Public Works. They're out there, they put the lights on. They're out in the cold, fixing broken pipes and doing all the stuff that they do out there. They're always behind the scenes doing stuff. And if we didn't have water and sewer, we'd know it real quick. And they do a great job out there. Keeping the trails clean, fantastic. Helping with Festival of Trees, taking everything down, bringing them over here. Even like blocking the streets for Santa Claus parades. Those don't happen by magic. They actually get done by the staff. And so many things that we take for granted. Like garbage. all that kind of stuff, water, sewer. They're really unsung heroes. And then I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the administration as well. All the things that we've went through with bylaws this year and policies and all the work that you guys have done for all of that. It's amazing how much stuff you guys do and put on our plate and make us look good. You know, meeting all of our council's needs, which is a lot. So appreciate all that. And then there's just too many other things to mention. I just thank you all for making us look good. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Okay, I'll follow that up. November 28th, webinar for Alberta Munis. November 29th, myself and I hauled along about 3/4 of the Bonnyville Pontiacs to help pack in all the stuff for the Festival of Trees to try and help the event staff a little bit. So that was good. On November 30th, 30th, took part in the Santa Claus Parade. On Monday, December 2nd, the Police Committee meeting. On the 3rd, we had a Library Committee meeting, followed by the Budget Open House. And on the 4th, it was the Budget Workshop. And that is it for me.
Alrighty, November 28th, I was at the Alberta Munis Outstanding Resolutions for 2024. November 29th, I attended the SPCA Disco Inferno, so good job done by the SPCA. It was a lot of fun and a lot of flashbacks from that 70s music. November 30th, participated in the Santa Claus Parade. I had a chance to ride with Mr. and Mrs. Claus, and hopefully I've convinced him to put me back on the nice list. An honorable mention to the Grinch, who did a heck of a job. I thought he had turned over a new leaf till I heard he was handing out onions, so maybe next year, we'll see. December the 1st, I went to help with the Festival of Trees Teardown. December the 3rd, Budget Open House. December the 4th was Budget Workshop, and that's it for me.
All right, okay. Next on the agenda, we have our Appendix A, Council Receptions, Public Relations, up to December 3rd. Any questions for administration at this time? Seeing none, we've got a couple items in camera. If I can get a motion to move into camera, please, Councillor Kushner.
Thanks. Thank you, Madam Mayor. I would make a motion that we go in